Hey guys, here's a look at my front walkway bed. The bobos and hydrangeas in the back are just about to explode. My phlox, my luminary backlight, which is the white, and my luminary opalescence, which is the pink, is coming in nicely. As you saw about a week or so ago, I cut back all my perfect profusion salvia and it's starting to come back. And look at my coneflower. This is coneflower white swan. It is white, but some of the flowers are reverting back to the regular purpurea, which is fine. Most people would take these off, but I leave them because I don't care. My front pots are getting, the Super Tuning Vista bubblegum is taking over. You can still see some fan flower coming through, and my coleus is going to be coming up. Oops, let me deadhead this because look at coleus is trying to flower. Let me get rid of that. So, but today I really wanted you to look at my amazing daisy maze, because they usually last longer than this, and they were stunning, but the rain, we're having so much rain, guys. I mean, I think they were almost done anyways, but the rain has really beat them. So I'm going to cut all these back today. I'll bring you along. You can see my lemon coral seeding is doing nicely too. First thing I'm going to do is use my water that's mixed. It's not Windex. It's 1 part bleach, 9 parts water. Spray my Falcos. Just make sure they don't have any, disease on them. It's a good habit to get into. So then I'm going to rinse them off, and then I'm going to start cleaning up these daisies. Okay guys, so I finished. I kept a couple of blooms because they were new, but that's what it looks like. Cut back. And there's the other one. And now the next thing I have to do, I will show you. Very discouraged. My clematis, I'll try to link the video above. When I planted these, I was so happy. I planted 2 clematis, Jack Manii and Sally Moser. The Jack Manii bloomed, and shortly, right as they were blooming, I noticed that the plant was looking like a little peaked. So I'm like, oh, maybe it needs water. I don't know. But guess what? Clematis wilt. Clematis wilt is a bad disease of clematis plants. I probably should pull these plants out. I called the nursery where I bought them, and they said, well, try pruning it back and see if it comes back, because I do still have some green growth, but I'm not sure if I have enough to save this plant. The Sally Moser is now starting to bloom. I'll show you. Right there, Sally Moser, it's the first bloom, and there is buds all over it. But see here, look at this. I'm gonna go through now and cut out all the wilting stems. Honestly, like this isn't even attached to the ground anymore. Oops, sorry, it's tangled up in the Russian sage, but it's not even attached to the ground anymore. I have this one measly stem with green on it. I think I'm gonna lose the whole plant, but I'm gonna do what they said. And if not, I'm going back and I'm gonna try to get some of my money back, because that did not come from me. But let me go ahead and do that. Now these stems, when I take them out, I'm gonna throw them in the trash. I'm not gonna put them in my compost pile. I don't want this wilt going anywhere else. Let me do that now. Okay, so I cleaned my Falcos with the bleach water. Now I'm going to carefully go through and try to cut out this wilt. Oops. My Russian sage, we've gotten so much rain that everything is just falling over. So let me get that out. Don't cling on to my Russian sage there. So I'm going to throw these wilted stems in the trash to go to the dump. I'm not going to put it in my compost pile. I'm so afraid I'm going to cut off something that's living. Let's start with this one. Oh, it's very hard, obviously, because it's like wrapped around my trellis here. Okay. Let me see. So let me take some time to do this, guys. and I'll come back and show you when I'm done. Okay guys, so I finished taking out all the wilted. There's like 2 stems left on this one and 1 stem left on the, but it still doesn't look great. So we'll see what happens. It's too bad really. Sometimes that just happens. And it comes from the soil. So it wasn't anything I did. It was in the plant when I bought it. But look at, here's some nice buds coming. Okay guys, these are my knockout roses. You can't see me, I'm over here. You do not have to deadhead knockout roses. You don't have to do this. I do it because I'm obsessive. But what you want to do, if you do want to deadhead them or trim them back, roses like good airflow. As you know, I've been struggling with some rust, some fungal rust. So I don't want it to spread to these roses. I have them in roses in my other yard. So I am going to deadhead this plant. So see all these? These are all dead. And they will just fall off like that. So you don't have to deadhead them. They will just fall off naturally. But I'm going to cut it back because I don't like the way how crowded it is right here. So what you want to look for is you want to look for a branch with 5 leaves like this. Can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A big one. That's facing out. So all the growth goes out, not into the center of the plant. So I'm just going to take this whole thing off right down to this 5-leaf branch. Can you see it? So I'm just going to, like that, take that off. Just open that space up a little bit. I'm going to go through the whole plant and do that all over, and I have, 7 more to do. Okay guys, I showed you 3 good examples, but I didn't press record. So I'm going to make sure I press record. So here, see this? All these spent blooms? If I didn't deadhead them, they'll just fall off, just like that, easy. But they look messy, and I like to keep my good airflow going in my roses. I've been having some issues, like I said earlier. So if you look at this whole branch here, dead blossom, dead blossom, dead blossom, dead blossom, all the way around here. If you look down the plant and you look for a leaf facing out with 5 leaves on it, and see that right there? Just like on a tomato, you have the little, what do you call it? Oh gosh, suckers? Well, that's gonna be a new rose blossom right there. So I'm gonna take this whole thing off all the way down to just above that. It's gonna, just like that. And that's what you'll have left. And this will grow a new flower. So I hope that's a little closer and a little more clear now that I finally pressed record. Okay guys, I don't know if you can see all the way down the line, but the roses, they look so much better. They're cleaned up. I created some nice airflow. And the third, so those are the 2 reasons for doing it. They look better, you create airflow, all that dead, those buds aren't coming to the ground and piling up and causing like a very nice moist environment near the ground for diseases and things to come to your roses. So that's another thing. And thirdly, it's really important to get really close to your roses and have a look. Like when I was doing it, I am now noticing I do have some spots on the bottom of these leaves. I never would have noticed that and just casually observing my roses. But because I was in here pruning them really close, I'm gonna nip this in the bud. So that's the 3rd reason. So I hope you enjoyed this quick video of just how I'm cleaning up my front gardens. And the sun's coming out. It's so hot. It's 81, but it feels like it's 100 because it's super humid. I'm all flushed. So we're gonna head off to the beach. But thanks for watching. Bye-bye.